Welcome back to the Fire Emblem Awakening playthrough. Last time we recruited the best child character ever, and this time we're going to be moving on with the main story again, finally. But first, there is a cutscene that happened after Chapter 15 that I think we need to see here. I'm going to splice the footage in now, because it makes more sense seeing it here than it would have seeing it 2 chapters ago when we did side quests. So, cutting to past me for a moment.
Now.
So, after Chapter 15, we're immediately thrown into this cutscene with Cyree here. And she's going to explain the cunning plan that she has to help unite the Dynasts and defeat Wildheart. So, Naga worship is nothing new. Yllis pretty much worships Naga as well. But over in Valm, they have an oracle for Naga, Lady Tiki. Now, that name should be familiar to longtime Fire Emblem fans. They mostly know her as The Voice. And of course, Wildheart's taking her prisoner, obviously.
Whoa.
But, yeah, that would be a powerful ally to have on our side if we could free her. And Mila, this is a name that should also be familiar to longtime fans of the series, or more accurately, fans of the more obscure games. For those of you who don't know, Mila was the Earth Goddess from the second Fire Emblem game, Fire Emblem Gaiden. Now, the fact they're mentioning Mila here is actually very important, because if you look closely at the bottom screen, people who've played Fire Emblem Gaiden might recognize the shape of Valm in terms of the continent.
Good.
So, we have to rescue her. And that's a pretty short cutscene, but from there, we have unlocked access to the Mila tree. Also, we now finally have access to Maribel's child's paralog, but it's way beyond our level at this point, so we're going to ignore that for now. So, the Mila tree. Now, something about that. If you look closely at the continent of Valm, and if you know Fire Emblem Gaiden, you'll recognize that due to its shape and its proximity to Arcania, Valm is, in fact, Valentia, the continent from Gaiden, just 2,000 years in the future. And that's why they've got references to Mila here, because Mila was one of the goddesses of Valentia, which is now Valm. Now, the reason why the continent has had its name changed to Valm now, that is also significant, but it's not really directly mentioned in the game itself, only supplementary materials. I'll talk about that later when we actually get towards the end of the Valm storyline. For now, though, I'm actually going to cut here because this segment has been recorded before the actual Chapter 16 footage. So, what will be a few seconds for you may actually be a few days for me. So, time travel time. Now, with that flashback done, we've completed that paralog, and a hero just spawned on the map. But I'm actually going to want to go to the barracks because it's someone's birthday today, and I had absolutely no idea. Whose is it? Yep, it's Libra's birthday today. I had no idea, but yep, that's our second birthday on camera. So, defense and resistance, that's actually really good. Experience, and please be something good, please be something good, please be something good, please be something... Tiki's tier is actually pretty good. I'm fine with that. Also, yeah, this would be a romantic support were it not for the fact that both of these two are already married, so this is just a friendly conversation. And Vera and Henry, okay. Kellum. Experience, that's good. And, oh hey, Crom talking to our newest member. Well, one of our newest members, how did I... Unfortunately, Kjell does not have the warrior class, but oh well. Now, we have a few supports to do, and I might want to get these out of the way quickly, because this next chapter has a lot of pretty major cutscenes, so, we're gonna do the one, and I'm pretty sure this is the last marriage that we have left to do, plus Owain's parent talks. I'm gonna save the other one for later, because I'm not gonna have time for many supports this chapter, so...
Oi!
Let's do this.
Yes. Huh?
Eh?
What?
Well, now we know why he was doing all this in the previous supports.
Good grieving.
Well, okay, that must have been a very, painful rock, because, considering that he had
Sorry.
bones sticking out of him last time.
Yes.
Gregor will face an army of angry squirrels for you. I love that line.
Oh.
What?
I think that's probably a normal state for Olivia,
Huh?
just in general.
Huh?
Oh, yes.
I appreciate it.
Oi!
Sorry. I've been in love with you forever. I only wish I had the courage to tell you sooner.
Now you listen. Gregor promised to bring his beloved many happiness for as long as we both keep on with the living.
I will admit I mostly just did this pairing as an excuse to use Gregor, because I never used him in my last playthrough. Just a warning, if you're concerned about gameplay, Gregor is probably the worst possible pairing for Olivia, because he passes down no classes to her child at all. And I think it's one of the very few pairings in the entire game that does that, so, yeah, but I still like their supports. Anyway, time for some amazing support conversations.
Hey,
Right. Huh?
my sword hand twitches.
Huh?
Hmm?
Sadly, you can't forge staves, otherwise I would definitely, make a staff with that name. That would be amazing.
What?
Right.
Can't control!
Lissa, you have no idea what you just said. Oh, I love Owain's support conversations. Speaking of which... Now, I just want to explain here, this was actually the reason why I paired Lissa with Longku, or at least I planned to, when I first, even just saw the characters. The reason why is, just look at Owain. He looks so much like Longku, it's insane. Just the hairstyle, his face even, the fact that he starts out as a Myrmidon, I mean, why would Lissa's son start out in that class for any other reason? That's really what got me to do the pairing, but then I ended up genuinely liking their supports and liking the fact they actually do have some very, very small hints in the main story. But anyway.
What?
Thankfully, Berserk staffs don't exist in this game, otherwise we'd have a reason to be very, very worried right now. Yeah, Berserk staffs, not fun. Not fun at all. Well, Tharia's been off somewhere else at the moment, so probably not.
Can't control. Hmm?
Owain is amazing. Yeah, he's one of my favorite characters in this game. Oh yeah, we also have access to Olivia's child paralog, which means I'm pretty sure that's the last of them. We now have access to every single child paralog in the game. Unfortunately, most of them are way too strong for us to take on at this point, so we're going to head to the next chapter instead. Now, I've both been looking forward to and dreading this chapter at the same time. Looking forward to it because, purely visual-wise, this is my favourite map in the game. But it's also one where the difficulty ramps up quite a lot, and it surprised me in my practice runs quite a bit, because I did vaguely remember this chapter being pretty hard, but, yeah, after chapter 15 was so pathetic, this one's quite a bit tougher. But anyway.
I see.
Right.
Sorry, you're not Henry. Stop making puns. This map! Just look at this map! Just, when I first saw this, my mind just exploded with how amazing this looked. Just, wow! If any map showed off the graphics of this game in just the best possible way, this map, man, look at this. You're fighting on the roots of a giant tree with just all this amazing looking water around. Oh, I love this map. This is definitely one of my favorite maps in the game. Just, in terms of visuals. Gameplay-wise, though, it's a whole bunch of paths that branch all over the place, no pun intended, and lots of water that you need flying units to cross. The problem is, the enemy is very much aware of the fact that you'll want to bring flying units here, and so they have a lot of bow users as well. Some very dangerous bow users. Warriors with bows, bow knights, a lot of enemies with axes. It's like this chapter's both simultaneously kind and unkind to flyers. Now, there are also a bunch of thieves here who are going to try and escape the map with rare items, much like the thieves back in chapter 10, so again, the best way to chase them down is with flying units, but flying units have massive problems with those archers, so this is a tricky map. Also, the enemies at this point might start having some of their skills. You especially want to watch out for the heroes because they sometimes have soul, and especially the warriors. Now, I gotta check these warriors here very carefully because... okay, none of you have it. But that warrior at the top of the map has a skill, but not the worst one that he could possibly have. Rally Strength is quite a dangerous skill, +4 strength to everyone within 3 spaces, and yes, the enemies will move their units to make maximum use out of it. But there is a worse skill these warriors could get, and I'm very lucky it didn't show up here. Anyway, though, who am I going to bring to this chapter? Now, I'm going to have to change up my plans a little bit here, because I might want to bring Muriel and Libra to this chapter, because it's his birthday. Also, of course I'm bringing Owain, but first I've got to convoy that second seal, because he doesn't need it at this point. So, of course, Owain is being brought, and because of that, Lissa and Lonku are a given. Out of everyone else, I think Stahl, Sully, and their daughter have had too much screen time at the moment, so I'm going to get rid of them. Rickon and Maribel will be kind of useful here as mounted mages, but I already plan on bringing a couple of other mages, namely, I actually want Kellum and Tharia here, just because I haven't used them in a while, and I also want to bring Virion and Shursh, because Virion is going to be quite useful here, as is Shursh, in a way. Now, I have one more deployment slot, but I need to kick out some more people, I think, because, you know what? This is going to sound weird, but I'm going to get rid of Morgan and Lucina. And I'm actually bringing the Vake and the Cordelia because, well... Oh, actually, they need to promote right now. I almost forgot about that. So, it's going to be promotion time soon. I actually want to bring Cyree because, again, I like using her for the Valm arc because she's basically the secondary protagonist of it. And let's just bring Libra and Muriel because, well, it's his birthday, why not? Now, Cyree... Where'd you go, Cyree? There you are. I might want to give her a different weapon, though. Where did she go? There she is. I'm sure I have another spare silver sword in here somewhere. Yep, there we go. And the reason I'm bringing Mary Sue is because she's the only support for Cyree. Now, there are, generally speaking, I'm just trying to think about where Kellum should go. He's actually quite good in the middle part of the map, so I may actually want to bring him there. Problem is, he's sort of suffers from a severe movement issue. That is actually going to be resolvable quite soon, just in the next chapter, but not quite yet. Also, I want Lissa, Longhu, and Owain to be on this side of the map. I kind of want Virion to be over here for the moment. And Shersh is there. Where did Libra go? There you are. I don't really care if Libra and Muriel are a little bit behind. Oh yeah, actually, Tharia's spot there, I might want to use Cordelia for that, because she needs to be, actually, might be better if I have her go around the other side, this way. Okay then, I need to do some promotions now, so it is, well, we recruited Vake first, he should go first. Take one of these Master Seals out of Cordelia's inventory, and here we go. Vake can promote to either Warrior or Hero. Hero is more balanced overall with better skill, speed, and defense. Warrior is all about brute strength and dishing out as much damage as possible. I always think Warrior suits him more, so I'm going to go with Warrior. And suddenly, Vake looks exactly like Basilio. But he can use bows now, which might be kind of useful. That's the thing that Warrior has over Berserker, is the ability to use bows. Berserker has its own advantages, but you can only promote to that if you reclass Vake to Barbarian first. Also... Wait, can she actually... Yes, she can use this. Okay! So Cordelia can promote to either Falcon Knight or Dark Flyer. Now, personally, I think her stat build favors Falcon Knight a lot more, because Falcon Knight is more about physical damage. Dark Flyer trades a lot of stats for higher magic and the ability to use magic, but the thing is, I like making Cordelia a Dark Flyer because, one, I think it fits her personality a bit more, and two, it has some amazing skills, and I'm gonna want those skills. See, only +1 strength and +1 skill, +2 speed. The boosts are not that good apart from magic, but the skills are going to make up for it. Also, that line Cordelia says there might... Yeah, if your avatar married Cordelia, that line, yeah, could be taken in various ways. But anyway, do I have a spare tome? I'm not really sure Cordelia can actually really use it, though. Speaking of which, I'm actually going to go ahead and use that Spirit Dust that's in Crom's inventory. Oh no, Cordelia's touching something Crom touched. She's going to faint, but she's over Crom by now. she's going to use that just to have a little bit more of something resembling a magic stat. Now, part of me actually wants to leave this chapter and go and buy a bow for Vake, but I think he's fine as he is. Also, the other reason why I was looking forward to this chapter has a very, very memorable boss.
What?
And here he is, Cervantes. You're about to see why he's so memorable.
Sire. Bah!
Now, we haven't actually heard the name Excellus yet. Who's that? Oh boy, we'll be meeting him soon. And I dread it.
Yes, sir. Huh?
So this is Cervantes' character. He hasn't shaved since his first battle, and he's never lost since he last shaved. Ergo, his moustache makes him invincible. And this is why Cervantes is amazing. Unfortunately, we're going to have to break that moustache record soon, because the objective here is to defeat him. His stats are pretty high, and on a hard mode he has some very dangerous skills as well, so this chapter's very, very tough overall. And for that reason, I'm going to make a battle save here, so I don't have to watch all of those, well, do those preparations again. And of course, we have the amazing Destiny music playing here. I mean, could this map get any better? Actually, no, it couldn't, because this is quite difficult, actually. Compared to the patheticness that was Chapter 15, this one is where they really step things up. Basically, at this point, promoted enemies are starting to outnumber the unpromoted enemies, and yeah, things get kind of dangerous when that happens. So I'm going to go ahead and pair up with Longhu there, pair up with Sairi and Merisu there. And because Lissa is not pairing up with Owain here, might as well attempt to raise her supports with Crom a little bit. Now, yeah, last time I did this, I wanted to make sure that Owain was out of range of that hero, because the heroes have a high accuracy and do a lot of damage, and that's not a good combination for characters who are relatively low level like Owain here. So, gonna go ahead and trade the Levin Sword over. Owain actually hits harder with this, thanks to the massive magic that Lissa gives him. And he saves the use of it due to the Dual Strike, so it doesn't break just yet. I actually would have preferred that broke, because then he'd be equipping a better weapon on the enemy phase. Gaining magic, that might make him good with Levin Swords in the future. Also, just send that to Convoy, because we don't really need that. Now, Cordelia is very useful in this chapter, but whenever you move her, or at least any flyer is useful here, but whenever you move your flyers, always be careful of, this warrior for some stupid reason doesn't have a bow, but almost all of the others do. So, be sure you lock in the ranges of every bow warrior on the map, plus this bow knight, because, see that big red area? That is the flyer instant death zone, and that takes up quite a lot of the map. But, firstly, I'm going to actually equip the not killer axe on Vake, because I don't want to waste that weapon. But I'm going to have her fly here to try and chase down the thieves. And that enemy Pegasus Knight is going to drop a pretty useful weapon as well. Beast Killer, and that's actually quite good on Cordelia, so I'll take that. Now, I actually want Kelemantharia to, this guy has a Tomahawk, so he'll be countering us no matter what we do. Just got to be a little bit careful here. Actually, may as well equip Nosferatu, because, why not? That makes her almost indestructible on the enemy phase. So he's not down yet, but he is completely blocked because, yeah, that part of the branch is only one space wide. Again, when you're moving flyers, and that includes Shush, even though she's got really good defense, always be careful of, always be careful of the flyer instant death radius. Also, Virion is finally consistently doubling now, which is very, very useful. I do want to get him promoted quickly, because he is quite weak at the moment in his unpromoted state.
Many thanks.
You want to take this chapter kind of slow, luring the powerful enemies one at a time. In my practice run, you gain speed, but oh well. But not too slow. You'll see why later. Also, no reason not to rally luck here. And speaking of rallying, I could attack there, but let's just put Chrom there. And Cyrene. She'll go there. And for some reason, the enemies here are magnetized to Chrom, despite the fact that he's pretty powerful and should be taking out most of them.
Thanks, friend.
Again, Chrom Zone, yes, that's what I'll call it, Chrom Zoned. If you're, oh yeah, he gets Ether. If you're any member of Chrom's family, you get Chrom Zoned. He friend-zoned his wife, he friend-zoned his sister, he friend-zoned his children, and getting hit by that fighter there was really, really unlucky.
Well fought.
22% hit rate on a weapon triangle disadvantage is actually pretty significant for someone with whose stats are as high as Chrom, especially given that there's this warrior here, and it's a good thing he missed. 57% hit rate on an amount of damage that high is quite considerable. Nice dual guard there.
Good.
Would have preferred that someone other than Chrom took the kill there, but oh well.
Watch out.
I don't care that she got hit because she's gonna om-nom-nom that HP right back. Okay, one less warrior, that is excellent, because those warriors are really, really annoying. I don't think that was the bow warrior, though, because I really want to get rid of the bow warriors quickly. So, we have another thief there, another thief there, but we still have to beware the flyer instant death radius. We also need to beware of this Falcon Knight, because it's actually really, really strong, and you have rally speed, don't you? That's dangerous. Plus 4 speed is not quite one double attack threshold, because they improved that in this game. It's now, you now need 5 speed higher than the enemy to double, not 4. But rally speed is still annoying.
Who goes first?
Also, let's get rid of this guy. Vake's massive strength bonus from Warrior, giving her more than enough damage to one-shot the Thief. And we get a Master Seal, which is going to go straight to Virion or Shush, whoever hits level 20 first. I actually hope it's Virion, because he needs the boost much more than she does. Now, yeah, gotta be careful here, because there's... Oh, wait, 2 Master Seals, exactly enough to promote Virion and Shush in this chapter, so that's actually pretty good. I was worried I'd have to bring Chrom over to Convoy, but might not actually have to. Now, here's where things get a little tricky. That Nosferatu one-shots, that's kind of amusing. But yeah, these thieves are not too hard to catch. The only problem is that by rushing to catch them, you risk running into enemy ranges. And a Speedwing, the item that we actually had to use on... That could go to Kellum now that I think about it. Now, last time I was dumb and put Virion in range of that Falcon Knight, and he died horribly. Oh yeah, the Falcon Knight, I forgot about that. 20 times 2, are you freaking kidding me? Oh my god, I'm an idiot. So, this time I'm not going to do that. Might as well switch over to you for the better movement. Now normally I like to keep the healers on their own branches. Because we're kind of splitting up here, I like to have one healer to each split, but depending on how we go taking out these enemies, I mean, it should be fine, but if things go badly, then I may have to use Muriel on this flank. Actually, I would like no dual strike here, because that would give Wayne a perfect opportunity to, yep, level up of this hero. Excellent. careful of the enemies, especially the Falcon Knight, and especially that Bow Warrior, but he's not going to be in range, so that's fine. Why not just, break this weapon and get it over with? This was actually Gangrel's sword, I just remembered. Kind of ironic for Owain to be using a sword that once belonged to a villain, but, well, he got a new sword out of the deal that he can't actually use yet, which is annoying. Cyria already has more than enough silver swords, so I'm fine with her not getting that. And now, since I don't think I need to heal anyone else... yeah, that guy would hurt Lissa fairly badly. I think I'm actually going to have to take him out with Muriel here. Even though he does have a bow. So I might have to heal with Lissa after this. But he missed anyway. Also, did I mention that the battle background here looks gorgeous? Yeah, this is definitely my favourite map in the game, just from a purely visual standpoint. Huh, Crom has taken a fair bit of damage. But I do want to bait the rest of these enemies into approaching us. I also want to get as far away from the starting position as possible, because that's sort of a rule of thumb with Fire Emblem. Never, ever let Tharia critical you. No, never, ever leave your units right at the start of the map, because that's the most popular spot for the enemy to be really, really jerkish with. Wow! Nice! Oh, hey, Killer Axe that, I guess Vake could use that once we... Kellum could use it too if I actually... Wait a minute, no, Generals don't use axes. Wait, Generals do use axes in this game. They keep changing the weapons that Generals use in Fire Emblem games. So in this game, I think it's Lances and Axes like they used to use in the GBA games. Okay, you have a sword, not an axe. And yet the axe uses a dual guarded you. Oh, yeah, and that's a problem. Do you still get experience for a dual strike kill if you miss? No, you don't. Okay, that's good to know. So yeah, in some games it's lances and axes, in some games it's swords and lances. They were like that in Path of Radiance. In Shadow Dragon they were lances and bows, which was really interesting because that was the first time that combination of weapons had ever been seen on an on-foot unit. And then in Sacred Stones there were swords, axes, and lances, and I think they were like that in Fire Emblem 4 as well. So yeah, General is that one class that keeps changing weapon specialties. I mean, generally they always use lances in every game, but their secondary weapon tends to change. It's also really annoying that Generals don't use swords in this game, because it means that the Black Knight, as a spot pass unit, can't actually use swords, the weapon that he was most known for in his first appearance. Also, speaking of Generals, the boss is one, and he's saying one of my favourite lines in from a generic enemy. "Come, reinforcements," said the spider to the other spiders. So, there are going to be reinforcements in this chapter, and they are probably some of the worst reinforcements in this entire game so far. Yes, they're really that bad. And because of this, I am going to completely... Gotta be careful of other enemies though, but I want to completely overkill this Falcon Knight just to show my rage. Yeah, oh, this would have been 1 HP off for one shot if we were at full HP, but I could have just used it. Never mind that.
Fancy that.
Almost there. Oh, hey, a men staff that I can't use. And the bow knight's going to be in range. Tell me that only your bow is in range? I think it is, which is good. I don't think I've actually used Vake at all in this. Now, I might actually want Vake and Cordelia to stay around this side, because they may be needed there in a few turns. Also, might as well try that. Actually, Tharia and Kellen might be useful on the flanks as well here, because, yeah, here is where things start to get kind of annoying. We want to clear the beginning area of the map as fast as possible. And you are currently equipping your bow, which means that you are... But first I have to make sure that Owain doesn't get killed. Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of dual strikes or criticals to pull this off. Probably not going to work, but no harm in trying.
Brace yourself. Careless.
Oh, excellent.
I could have stayed home.
No, Owain, don't stay home. Never stay home. You're amazing. Good strength, excellent. Owain usually ends up with more strength than Longku most of the time in my playthroughs. Generally speaking, I tend to bench Longku usually when Owain first shows up, because Owain's kind of a better version of him, but in this playthrough, Longku's actually being pretty decent. Longku got pretty badly strength screwed the first time I played, so that was really annoying. Also, speaking of annoying, I'm going to have to use Libra on this side now. That was a great heal. And hey, level up on your birthday. Please have good luck here. Oh, that was actually pretty good. What levels? Level 7, yeah. Libra's stats for a pre-promote in this game start out kind of low-ish, so that's kind of annoying. I do not like you. I don't like Falcon Knights at all. I'm gonna dislike them even more very soon. Sword, axe, bow, and sword. Might as well go there for the air support boost. And you two just keep advancing up the center. And in fact, it might be a good idea to switch over to Kellum now. Just to give him some more attention. See, even the stupid fighters just are magnetized towards Crom. Also, Crom is using Roy's blade as revenge for Roy being DLC in Smash Brothers over him. I may have actually said that before. Can't quite remember. Oh, good miss. I had a feeling that would hit.
I owe you.
I'm a little annoyed at Crom hogging all the experience, but he actually hasn't leveled up all that much in this chapter. Also, I want him to fight the boss here, so these stats are going to be quite useful, because the boss is very, very tough. Also, hi there, Sniper, who's going to do nothing. Have I commented on how weird Sniper's helmets look in this game? Like, that singular eye thing, unless it's some kind of a medieval sniper scope, which would be pretty cool, but other than that, the single eye thing looks a bit weird. Hello there, Pegasus Knight. Yeah, of course I can't double you. And of course I got Hugh. But of course I got a dual strike.
What? Dead already?
I'll really be wanting to say that for the later. Hi, Bow Knight. Yeah, I want to get rid of you because, if not, then the Cordelia is in pretty severe trouble. Oh, you attack with the sword, okay. Yeah, Bow Knights are a fairly versatile class. They can attack... Okay, that's a good ether, because that healing is going to be helpful.
Right.
So yeah, one hit of a soul effect and one hit of a lunar effect. I think I actually killed the guy who had, the hero who had soul, so... In my practice run, he actually activated it as an enemy twice on Longku. Not Longku, on Owain. He missed both times, though, thankfully. Now, here's the part, I think, where we need to be as far away from the start of the map as possible, because bad things are about to happen there. I actually kind of want to get rid of as many of these enemies over here as possible. We also want to be as far away from the edges of the map as well, but that'll only come into play a bit later. Also, I think the only way I can kill this guy is with Vake. Because otherwise, Cordelia's in... Well, the only way I can completely overkill this guy is with Vake. Silver axes actually do look pretty cool in this game. And yeah, that steel sword is another case of an enemy dropping an item that is of a lower quality, because that's what they would have dropped on normal mode, and enemy drops are always the same. So this warrior here, normally they always have silver weapons at this point, but on normal mode they would have had steel, and because of that his droppable is a steel bow. It's actually beneficial this time because he doesn't gain an additional silver bow in it, as well as that steel bow. Now, I can't actually snipe that guy with the longbow. Now, yeah, I may be needing a Church around here soon, but, yeah, there are some really dangerous reinforcements in this chapter, and I would rather not have my life completely ruined by them. Okay, anybody here have any ranged weapons? That warrior does, but other than that, I think I'm safe using a close-range weapon with Kellum here. Kellum's Beast Killer is actually going to be useful, soon. Now, come on, Kellum, oh, didn't gain speed. And this second Master Seal, I actually can't send that to the convoy because, Okay, who had the other Master Seal? Is that Cordelia? Yes, she does. Okay, both Master Seals are on the map. That's good, because I need that for Church and Virion's inevitable promotion. Now, on this side, there's still quite a few enemies up there. This kind of seems stupid, but, oh hey, even with a weapon triangle advantage, you still don't have much chance of hitting the mighty Owain, the best character ever.
Stand tall.
And, oh, no Jewel Strike. Oh yes! Oh yes! Yeah, so in case you're wondering, individual hits of Astra can critical. Astra is just such an awesome skill, I love that. Yeah, it's better when you have a killer weapon when you've got a high critical chance, because, yeah. 5 potential critical hits adds up to a lot of damage, and I think Muriel and Libra may actually be in the danger zone here, which is not good. Gonna want to get them over to the other side. Oh yeah, there's the stupid Falcon Knight who I hate. Are they gonna rally speed, if I get close to the other enemies? I think the enemies are only programmed to use rally skills if they actually move. So, as long as that Falcon Knight doesn't move, and I don't think the enemies here are programmed to move unless you, get in their range. Yeah, here's why you want to be away from the start of the map. Some pretty horrible reinforcements. 2 heroes, 2 warriors, and a couple of useless fighters no one cares about. But 2 heroes and 2 warriors is very bad. Actually, I should probably give an Armor Slayer to Cyrene. Oh, actually, I hope... Wait a minute. Gaia still has the Armor Slayer, doesn't he? I knew I'd fall into that trap sooner or later. That's the problem with using too many characters at once. Normally, I only use one team in a Fire Emblem game and I don't really rotate out like this. But in this game, the sheer amount of experience that you get in this game due to the enormous number of chapters means that I'll get way too over-leveled if I only focus on a small group of characters, so I'm going to try and use as many people as possible. Also, so the people who are watching can get an idea of which characters they'd like to use by seeing how they work. Also, something very bad is going to spawn from the side of the map this turn, so I actually really want to get everyone here out of there, because, yeah, these reinforcements are not the end. Far from it. Far from it. This chapter is just very annoying with reinforcements, so... yeah. I may actually need to have Kellum and Tharia head down the map for emergency reinforcement blocking duty, because... believe me when I say I do not like the reinforcements here. And you know what? I may actually have to switch over to Long Ku here. The good thing about this, though... You still have 48 HP. Okay, I'm equipping the Killing Edge. The good thing about this, though, is we'll be able to hear Owain's amazing pair-up lines.
I shall save you.
No hard feelings.
Not going to be shown up by your son, are you? Okay, that is why Astra is amazing. Being able to critical with Astra is why some people like the Noishan Ira pairing in Fire Emblem 4 better than... But I still like Holland and Ira. I mean, Astra and Luna is kind of overkill, and they can't activate at the same... Really, Mary Sue? Really? What chance do you have of hitting that guy? Because that was really, really bad. Okay, now, yeah, gotta be very careful here. Very careful. I actually think that hero is higher on my priority list. Because he has the higher chance of hitting. I don't like Crom getting too much experience here, but oh well.
Finished?
These enemies are very powerful, and like as you can see, they're still doing quite a lot of damage to us, even with pair-ups. You still have a steel bow. I actually kind of want Kellum and Tharia down the bottom part of the map, but I can always just wait in the middle and cut them off later. I actually do sort of want to get rid of the warrior, though.
Knock him dead.
That guy had rally strength, didn't he? So I think it's a good thing that I got rid of him. Also, yeah, Muriel and Libra are kind of in the danger zone a little bit. Well, I could have them attempt to take out one warrior, the other enemies would probably brutalize them. Sort of want them on standby, though. I just realized, are there any magic users in this chapter? I don't think we've actually fought any. Now, Shursh might be useful over this side of the map, so... Okay, you still have a vulnerary. Trade that steel sword for one. Okay, yeah. Falconite, 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 Falconite. This is where this chapter gets very, very annoying.
Be careful, yeah?
Yeah, I hate the reinforcements in this chapter. Let's just hope that Cyree can survive being attacked by two Falconites at once. Probably she can. Well, definitely now. I think it's 2 levels before Cyree learns Astra.
Fight well won.
Kinda would have preferred that you went for... You know what, if this goes right, I could still let Virion get the kill here.
My turn.
Oh, actually, that was kind of lucky, because I still might be able to do it. Getting rid of these Falconites early, like, preferably on the turn they spawn, is actually very useful, because otherwise, they'll be trying to flank you while you're dealing with the... Once again, she channels her inner,
Farewell.
Heartless Xehanort. They'll try and flank you while you're dealing with the middle reinforcement. Really? And, yeah, dealing with these middle reinforcements is a lot harder with a couple of Falconites trying to flank you. Of course, there's still a few of them left here. Oh, you got rally strength. That's annoying. But the second warrior didn't get counter, so that's good. I'm quite surprised that we haven't... Okay. Gotta be a little careful with Virion here, because I think that hero will probably kill him if it gets the chance. Also, these warriors all spawn with silver bows, so going in with Cordelia is kind of a bad idea. May have to do some Vake bait here. Actually, that Killer Axe might be useful too.
Won't be long.
Class dismissed.
Because this isn't the end of the... Wow! That is very nice. Yeah, this isn't the end of the reinforcements. It gets worse, believe it or not. Much worse. Well, only a little bit worse, but still, that's quite bad compared to what's happening here. That's not going to kill, really. Okay, that hero is not going to reach, which is good. Because if he could, then Virion would be dead. Yeah, that Falcon Knight is doubling. But I'll be able to one-shot with Walt's bow, so it's all fine.
I'm right here.
It was a thing of beauty.
I have a feeling that Virion feels really, really horrified having to shoot, yeah, female Pegasus Knights in this game. Okay, like I said, emergency reinforcement blocking duty. Though they aren't going to be fully on us for a while, but I don't want everyone to just suddenly charge towards Vake, because he can take on a few enemies, but definitely not, everything. Gotta be really careful here. I think I may be able to bait one of them into killing itself on Muriel, but one of them's all she can handle. Because, yep, like I said, there are going to be even more reinforcements here. Thankfully, none of them spawn up the top of the map that I know of, but, yeah, the reinforcements on the bottom of the map are about to get even more dangerous. Let's just say the flyer instant death radius is about to get even bigger. Yeah, I may actually need Lonku and Owain in the center as well. And you can just grab this event tile. Weapon proficiency improved, okay? Yeah, Bow Knights. So yeah, the flyer instant death radius is getting even bigger. 4 Bow Knights.
I've got you.
Oh, no. But at least you will be a good kill for Shursh or Virion, depending. Yeah, so like I said... Oh, hey, I guess you could handle 2. But yeah, I wouldn't have taken that risk.
Well, I feel edified.
I do too, considering that one of the warriors is gone. And I hope he was the rally strength guy. Oh, right, you have a long-range weapon.
You're all right.
I sincerely hope there are no more reinforcements in this chapter. Because my practice run's confession here actually all died to this wave of reinforcements. Oh no, they're all concentrating themselves. And one of them has rally skill, which is not really that big a deal, but it's still kind of annoying. I hate these reinforcements so much. Kellum should be able to take on pretty much all of them, so leaving him there is definitely a good bet. Lonku should hopefully also be able to dodge tank most of the reinforcements, so setting him down is probably not a bad idea either. Those Bow Knights, though, very annoying. Speaking of bows, I kind of wish I had a bow on this side. Okay, so you don't really have a very high chance of hitting, and you do very low damage because these Falcon Knights are annoying. Am I going to have to rapier you? Well, I wouldn't even, Actually, I may have to attempt to attack with Mary Sue first.
There is hope.
Now, I am actually not sure if there are more Falconites. If there are more Falconites, I'm really, really screwed. So please let there not be more Oh, wow, exactly enough. Nice.
Here goes.
I hope Crom and Lissa get another sibling support after this. Because I want to get as many of those as possible. Okay, good. Nice growth there. Still got to be really, really careful, especially seeing as the Vake could get hit by a huge ton of enemies, and I can't switch to the Cordelia because the Cordelia would get the dead. Especially with all these Bonites running around. Okay, so ignore your rangers. Let's focus on you. And you. Can't let too many enemies attack Virion, but I can't switch over to Shersh because if I did, then... I might actually have to, like, pull back and retreat a bit here, because otherwise I run the risk of things going very, very, very badly. Use the edge of this branch as like a defend point. The warrior can only go that far. Which means, hopefully, I'll actually be able to switch to Shersh over there and have her not... I'm not Shersh, I mean Cordelia over there and have her not die, which would be good. Well, obviously, anyone not dying is good. I really hope this works. Okay, out of flyer instant death radius, that's good. And Virion can't be attacked by anything, that's also good. But what's bad is the fact that I can't really have Muriel here anymore. Okay, no Falcon Knights, that's good. And the enemies are ganging up on Kellum, that's also good. Kinda wish the provoke skill existed in this game, because that would be really useful right about now.
Wow.
I should probably stop equipping Nosferatu though, because don't really need it when you're not the lead unit. And she's getting strength, for some strange reason. Oh yeah, that would be really useful on Vake right now.
Look alive!
Yeah, definitely look alive, because I don't want you looking dead right now.
As it must be.
Hopefully you living is what must be. Okay, excellent. Another enemy attacking Kellum. Even with weapon triangle advantage, you do pathetic damage. That's why I love generals so much. Seriously, I might be one of the only Fire Emblem fans who, like, has generals as one of their favorite classes in the game.
Yay, danger.
I just love just watching enemies do no damage to you when you're standing in the middle of a huge army. And low movement doesn't really matter to me that much because I like taking chapters kind of slow. Speaking of which... Oh, that was a big rally skill. Yeah, these Bonites need to die. They need to die very, very quickly. Also, what needs to happen is, Lissa needs to Physics Staff Vake, and I'm pretty sure she should get in range. Just depends how many enemies the Vake can handle without becoming the dead. Well, at least he doubles them, and I don't care about using the Killer Axe here, I'm going for overkill.
Shall we mop up?
Looks like Teach just got tenure.
Die!
Anyone else?
I don't like these reinforcements. Don't think you would quite double Virion, but I want to take the chance just in case. So if I put these two here and here, nothing will be able to get through this choke point.
As you will.
And as much as Owain needs the experience, I'd much rather be... Never mind, he's amazing anyway.
Thanks.
Lonku is a little over level for this point in the game, so I don't want him to get too many kills, but yeah, so... See, if I do that, the Bow Knight could actually get through. And who needs the... Weirdly enough, Kellum still needs the experience more. Don't exactly want to be wasting more Nosferatu uses, though, because that's a very precious tome.
Get on with it.
They've gotta notice this.
Nice! Just have to be careful of these stupid Bow Knights, which I don't like at all. Oh yeah, Lissa, please let your physics staff have enough... Wait a minute. Oh, okay, okay, so I convoyed her the physics staff in my failed attempt at this chapter, so I was talking as if she still had it. But I definitely need to use it on Vake here. That's the good thing about being paired up with Crom. You have free access to the convoy anytime you want. Now, technically, if things were getting really bad, we could just kill the boss and end the chapter instantly, but I want to try and get as much experience as I can. Yeah, you are just not gonna double Virion. Locked in the range of the wrong enemy there. And I can't switch over to Shursh. But I could avoid a counterattack from this guy by just using the longbow.
Get ready.
Yeah, the longbow is really useful. It's basically the only thing foot archers have going for them.
This was poetry.
Can be useful sometimes. Speaking of useful, Virion's about to get a lot more useful. Okay, so with that, there are a couple of enemies that can... If everything attacks Vake, I'm going to need some dual guards here, so, Actually, let's see something. Libra's defense is not that bad, so... Although I don't need to heal Kellum at all, so there's pretty much no point in doing that. Well, for some reason, the idiots who can't hit Lonku are going for him.
How well will you die?
Yeah, this happens sometimes. So, the way the enemy AI in Fire Emblem usually works is, they go for whatever they'll deal the most damage to, regardless of hit rate. So, if, for example, the game calculates that they'll do 100 damage to one character, but with a 0% chance of hitting, they'll still target them. So obviously, Lonku has the lowest defense out of anyone these fighters can attack, so they're going for him, despite the fact they can't actually hit him. This is kind of annoying. And speaking of annoying, dual strikes, please. I mean, dual guards, please. That I actually like, because it leaves more experience for the rest of us.
Look out.
I said, dual guards, please. Okay, I doubt the silver bow is going to do enough.
That's enough back talk.
Why did Vake not double the other one? Maybe he just got, that other guy just randomly got a few points of strength when they were calculating stats for the start of this chapter. He's getting some great level ups, though. Oh yeah, that's totally not going to kill. Yeah, that...
You want some?
Good thing I had the physics staff from the convoy, or that would have been really bad. High HP is very useful for the warrior class, even though they have low defense. Also, I believe, yep, you're the only one left on the map aside from the boss. Now, if Shursh could get a level up off of killing you, that would be really, really appreciated. No harm in switch... Actually, actually, wait a minute. If Shersh, for some reason, doesn't kill this guy, I might actually need to resort to... that's a little shaky, but I may as well try. Oh yeah, because he was equipping a sword. That's why I had the lower hit rate. And level up, please! Oh, I'm going to have her attack the boss once. Shouldn't be too dangerous for her, but yeah, I'm still going to have to do that. And I'll save healing. You know what? Just in case there's somehow more reinforcements. Even though there probably won't be. But if there somehow is, I'll be safe. Also, heal Callum, because he deserves it. Hey, the second person we have their birthday on camera, healing the first person whose birthday we had on camera. Now, the boss here is Cervantes. He is probably one of the strongest bosses we've ever faced so far. He's got a tomahawk. I think he has a tomahawk even on normal mode. Very, very high stats. I think he's the first boss we've seen that has plus 30 in some stats. Like, 30 or higher. And he also has... Now, I don't know if Indoor Fighter even works on this map. I'm not sure if this map's even considered indoor or outdoor. I do know, though, that he has this annoying skill, Pavese. Halve swords, sword, lance, axe, beaststone. Blight means monster weapons, and that's basically just Revenant and Entombed. But percentage is skill set, so he has a 28% chance of any attack on him that's being one of those weapons being halved. So if you want to attack him, use bows or magic, because they get around that. But I want to fight him with Cyree, because she has a unique boss conversation with him. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I actually am going to go and make a battle save here, just in case I critical him, because Cervantes has two unique battle conversations. One with Cyree and one with Crom. And I definitely want to get Crom's one on camera, so I'm going to make a battle save here, just in case I somehow kill him. Marisu has no chance of a critical, so it's actually probably going to be fine, but oh well. Now, of course, I'll let him attack on his phase. So, Cyree has a bit of a history with this guy.
What?
So, it turns out that Cervantes has lost one battle in his life. It was against Cyree. So, that's an interesting bit of info to learn from that conversation. Speaking of other interesting bits of info, yeah, I really, really want to get Crom over to Cervantes, because his special conversation with Crom is actually pretty special. Now, just something to point out, from this point on, it's worth your while having Crom and Cyree fight every boss in for the next several chapters. The reason why? Well, there are going to be a lot of special boss conversations from now on, and a lot of them are very, very interesting, so generally it's either Crom or Cyree who gets the special conversation, so that's why I'm bringing Cyree to every chapter here. Of course, Cervantes is not on the throne, so he doesn't get healed every turn. And here is where we... So you see, now normally I would go for the rapier, but I need Shersh to get at least one hit on the boss before I finish this, because otherwise she's going to need a tiny bit more experience before she levels up. So I'm going to just use the Falchion for now. Now, this unique conversation is very, well, unique. Some even consider this almost an Easter egg.
What? Oh.
So we find out a bit more about Cervantes' motivations here. This is also why I like this guy. He's a lot more developed than most regular bosses. Also, Cervantes doesn't know what he's fighting for. Cue, Zero jokes.
Really?
So we learned that Cervantes dreamed about ruling a nation, but very soon we're about to get something very, very special out of this conversation. And this great line.
See how my mustache moves in the wind!
That is why you want to have Kroll fight this guy. That voice clip does not play anywhere else in the entire game. And that's as close as to full voice acting as we're going to get out of Cervantes. And now he's doing it. Also, if you look close, you'll see that Cervantes actually has a unique battle model. Oh, great! I didn't count on either. Well, I'm gonna have to get Shush 5 experience points in a random risen skirmish. That's annoying. But sadly, Cervantes has learned his moustache does not make him invincible. No, hey, Kellum and Tharia were the heroes there. I would have thought Vake would get it.
Faye.
I don't, because they're actually kind of strong at this point.
Listen.
Right.
So, with them down, the path to the shrine is open. And we're about to get a very big exposition dump. After this awesome-looking cutscene.
Where are you?
If they had room for more chapters here, you'd probably have a second chapter at this point. And we meet at last. This music, by the way, is so amazing. I'm just going to let it play for a bit.
My lady.
Marth? Huh? No. Hey.
Yes.
Yes.
This music is a remix of Legend of the Divine Dragon from Marth's games, and it's one of the most beautiful remixes in general that I've ever heard. This song is so good. It's one of my favourite songs in this game, and that's really saying something, because this game has a lot of good songs. But anyway, this is Tiki. People who played Marth's games might remember her. She looked like a little girl back then. She was kind of a lot like Noe, but now, 2,000 years later, and she looks all grown up. Sadly, though, Marth has died of natural causes since then, while she was asleep too, which must have been really painful for her. But here's another reference that people who played Marth's games are going to get. This part of the plot makes more sense to people who played Mystery of the Emblem or its remake. Unfortunately, the remake was never released outside Japan, thus making Awakening's plot a little bit harder to understand. It's even more annoying the fact that they seem to have changed the names of all the gemstones since then. So, Argent... Well, we're about to find out. The gemstones in the Fire Emblem, these were called the Spheres back in Marth's day. So, they all have different names for some reason now. Argent, Sable, Gules, Azure, and Vert. Now, back in Marth's day, they were called the Light Sphere, the Star Sphere, the Life Sphere, the Earth Sphere, and the Dark Sphere. And, well, if you want to find out more about the spheres and how they work with the Fire Emblem, shameless plug, I do actually have a full playthrough of the remake of Mystery of the Emblem, Heroes of Light and Shadow on my channel, so if you want to find out more about Tiki, try watching that too. So each of these holds a portion of Naga's power. The Fire Emblem originally came from... the Fire Emblem itself was from a random shrine that some thief stole, and that thief went on to become the king of Groost. Actually, no, of Arcania. Groost was something else. Yeah. No, he became the King of Arcania. And when mounted upon the emblem, they allow one to perform the title drop.
I see.
Yes.
This seems kinda stupid, because if you remember back from Mystery of the Emblem, as long as the Fire Emblem has all 5 gemstones in it, Earth Dragons are sealed beneath the ground. Whoever scattered the gemstones, they must have been the victim of a mass Earth Dragon attack, and that would not have been good. The whole point of completing Mystery of the Emblem's plot was so that the Earth Dragons would remain sealed, but unless the Earth Dragons turned good by then, I mean, they can't have all been evil. There's another theory that all the Earth Dragons fused together to form Grima, but that's just a fan theory. Now, I think Azure would be the Star Sphere, and that's actually interesting because you got the Star Sphere in the chapter where you first met Tiki back in the first game. So, Cyrie's family has safeguarded the Earth Sphere, apparently, but it was recently stolen by Wildheart's men. That makes 2 times it's... Wait a minute. Would that be 2 or 3 times? I know that the Earth Sphere was in the possession of a random thief at one point in the 3rd game. Well, good thing Sable isn't known to her, because that thing is an artifact of, terrible, terrible doom. Also, Gulez would be... I'm actually not sure what Gulez is. Is that the Light Sphere?
All right.
What?
The Schism was probably the time when this continent ceased being Arcadia and became Yllis. Okay, well, they do have Gulez at least. I'm not sure which of the spheres that... Actually, that might be the Life Sphere, now that I think about it. The red one. I'm guessing the one that Crom already has is the Light Sphere.
Hey.
So, we now have 2 of the gemstones. The Light Sphere and the Star Sphere, the 2 we needed to make Starlight in the original Fire Emblem game.
What?
So this is an interesting bit, because we're suddenly taking a bit of a break from the Val plotline.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Grima did break out in Lucina's timeline, and pretty much everyone died. Lucina knows...
Good.
Two down, 5... 2 out of 5. 2 down, 3 to go.
Hey. Huh? Listen.
And this is the name of this song. That line Tiki just said. Also, foreshadowing.
Yes.
Sadly, Tiki is not going to join us just yet. And with that, we've completed that chapter. So, that was kind of a tough one, but I'm glad it's done. Next time, I think we'll be continuing with the main story again, while we're on a roll with it. So, see you then.